Like damn, she wanna afford to touch me. I say I want it, and she got it.
What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's get into Monday Night Raw from August the 12th, 2024. An okay show, but there were parts of the show that were boring. But that's typically how Monday Night Raw goes in a nutshell. So we kicked the show off with a long promo by Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio, and Liv Morgan. So Rhea comes out, she gets on the mic, she says that she relived the actions from SummerSlam in her head since it happened. She's felt every emotion that you can in this kind of situation. She's been embarrassed, she's had her heart broken, and now she just feels pissed off. So Rhea then tells Dom that he stabbed her in the back, and maybe he has heard it before, but it just wasn't deep enough. I have no idea why Rhea is talking about Dom's dick, but it is what it is. So, Rhea said she's going to go after Liv Morgan and get her revenge on her because she knows that Liv can't run from her forever. Rhea says that she's Rhea Bloody Ripley, and it's time that she reminds Liv and Dom who she really is. So, Liv and Dom, they're out next. They're in the crowd, sitting down and everything. So, Liv tells Rhea that Dominic has something he wants to get off his chest. So the fans boo. So Dominic is still getting good heat. So Dom asks Rhea if she knows why he left her for Liv. And so Dom says he's a man and he deserves to be treated like one. He says Rhea tried to change him, but he says it's embarrassing for Rhea to be bossing him around. A grown man calling her mommy, and now he has a girl who calls him daddy. So, Dom says that Liv Morgan gives him chicken tenders when he wants, lets him play video games whenever he wants. She lets him be him, and she did something that Rhea could never do. She finally helped him beat his deadbeat dad, Rey Mysterio. So Rhea says that she needed to get something off her chest as well. She said that she's proud of Dom. She's proud of everything that he's accomplished in the last couple of years. Watching him grow into the man he is today is one of her biggest accomplishments. But she wanted him to defeat Rey Mysterio on his own without any help. Then she says, like a man, she should be proud of him for that too. The thing is that it's the last decision that he's ever going to make. So Liv, she intervenes. She says that she tells Rhea that there's only one thing Rhea said that was true, and that Dom was a man and that he's all hers. Liv said Rhea has nothing, no family. Her real family is a million miles away, and the family she thought she found in the desert when she took them. Liv says Dom is hers. The women's world championship is hers. And she tells Rhea that the women's division is hers. Everything Rhea loved is hers. So Rhea begins to laugh, and she tells her to shut the hell up. And she says that Liv and Dom are going to have to kill her to stop her. So, Damien Priest, he's standing behind them. He's able to get his hands on Dom. So they begin to fight in the crowd for a second, a brief brawl. Then Liv dumps on Priest back. But Rhea, she intervenes to make the save. And then Damien Priest and Dominic Mysterio, they fight. And then not Damien Priest, Carlito, he comes out, he gets involved and he hits Damien Priest, but Damien Priest is able to come back with a big boot, and he clotheslines Carlito onto the outside. So this is fun. This makes perfect sense. This leads us into our first match of the night. Damien Priest defeats Carlito via the South of Heaven. Carlito has been back for about a good, 9 to 10 months. and he's not really done much of anything. So it is what it is. But I'm just like, damn. But this is fine. It makes sense. I do like this. This is a really good story going on. It's interesting because we can't wait until we see Finn Balor. My bad. We see Damien Priest and Rhea Ripley get their revenge on Finn Balor and get their revenge on Liv Morgan. So, post-match, the rest of Judgment Day, they come out, and Damien Priest takes them all out. So, Rhea comes out to make the save, basically. She gets Dom and the Riptide, but Liv Morgan comes out and makes the save, and they skedaddle to the back, and that was it. So this is fine. This actually makes sense. Eventually, we all know that Rhea's going to get her hands on Liv Morgan and Dom, and when Dom receives that Riptide, it's going to be a massive pop. They might do it in Bash in Berlin. We don't know, but they might do it there. But I'd rather have that done on U.S. soil, if we're being honest. Moving on. So the Alpha Academy, they're backstage. So Ivy now comes in. Ivy tells Maxine Dupree that maybe she should not be at ringside for the tag match tonight. Maxine tells Ivy that the Alpha Academy are her family. Ivy tells her she understands, and then she walks away. Okay, that's fine. Continuing on. So we get another Uncle Howdy vignette. This time it's Bo Dallas, who says that there has been a lot of emotions, especially last week. Bo Dallas says the work isn't done, and repeatedly says, "My life for you," and then the screen goes blue. Okay, that's cool. Really good stuff. Continuing on, Odyssey Jones, he defeats Vincent Winley, or Winey, my bad, Vincent Winey. Cool last name. Nice. So, Winey is in the PC. So, he had a good little showing. Odyssey Jones gets the win via the spinning sidewalk slam, which is really cool. I like it. It's almost like the black hole slam that Abyss used to do in TNA, and kind of like how what Jake Something does in TNA as well currently. So I do like that one. It's basically for Joe. My bad, not Joe. No, not Joe, but Jake Something. His finish is Into the Void. It's kind of similar to Odyssey Jones and Abyss, but I do like this. This is really cool. Odyssey Jones should have been on the main roster. I mean, he has, but it's a damn travesty. He should have been on television at least a year ago. Like, damn, like, I thought that he may have been quietly released, but he got a really good reaction, so yeah. So the Final Testament, they come out, and Karrion Kross asked if this is another day for the New Day. Karrion Kross says, we can see Kofi is using Odyssey Jones to replace Big E, and he tells Xavier Woods that he sees the truth, and that the truth is that Kofi is using Odyssey Jones to replace Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods tells Kross that he does his best to try and drive a wedge between them, but it won't work. Xavier Woods says to cut to the chase and to know which two of them will fight next week. So Kofi interrupts him and says that if they do that, the one who's not in the match will just get involved, and it'll make a six. And to make it a six-man tag, Karrion Kross says that the Devil's work is never done, and he accepts the challenge. That's fine. That's really cool stuff. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen next week. Hopefully, we do get a heel turn from Xavier Woods, but that probably won't happen. But you never know. You really never know. Honestly, no faction lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? So, no faction lasts forever. I wish that Big E could still wrestle and stuff, but after his injury, I kind of respect his decision to just say nah. And I like that he's like, a host on the kickoff shows and stuff like that. So that's really cool. Moving on. So Drew McIntyre, he walks into Adam Pearce's office. Adam Pearce tells Drew McIntyre that CM Punk is not here tonight due to travel issues. Drew McIntyre says he doesn't care about CM Punk. He's looking at the present. He's wondering why Randy Orton from SmackDown is fighting for the championship, just like I am. Drew says that Randy Orton is a snake in the grass and he won't strike on his turf. Drew says he'll do Adam Pearce's job tonight and take care of it. Drew tells Adam Pearce to trust him and that he'll be on his best behavior. Scout's honor. So I do like this. Nice. Really good shit there. Moving on. So, American Made, which is which is the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus Creed, versus the Alpha Academy, which is Akira Tozawa and Otis. So, American Made, they defeat Alpha Academy with the help of Ivy Nile, who turned heel. So, towards the end of the match, Ivy Nile comes out. She beats up Maxine Dupree, and she puts her in the Dragon Sleeper on top of the announce table. This allows for Brutus to roll up to Tozawa for the 1-2-3. This is great. I do like this. It's perfect sense. I'm glad that Ivy Nile has finally turned heel. Really, really good shit here. This is great. I'm loving this. Loving it a lot. Although the name American Made, that needs some work, but it is what it is. Moving on. So we get a pre-recorded interview from Jackie Redmond and Pete Dunne, which was earlier in the day. So Pete Dunne says that he was never under the wing of Sheamus. It was Sheamus who was under his wing. And that got Pete a terrible nickname called Butch and a front row seat to the Sheamus show. Pete Dunne asked her what happened to Ridge. He says that he never wants to hear the name Butch ever again. He tells Jackie Redmond that he has to shut Sheamus up. To never hear that name again, he'll do it. Alright, this is fine, I guess. Moving on. So Adam Pearce is backstage with Bronson Reed. Adam Pearce tells Bronson Reed that Seth Rollins has cracked ribs and internal bruising. Bronson Reed says that Adam Pearce did not give him an opportunity. He had to take it himself. And what better way to impel everyone's favorite superstar, Seth Rollins? Bronson Reed tells Adam Pearce he can find him an opponent tonight, or he can find his next victim. Nice stuff. I really do like this. Really good stuff here. Seth Rollins is going to be out for a while because his meniscus has not fully been healed. And to be honest with you, looking back, I don't understand why Triple H brought him back 2 or 3 months early. It made no sense. That usually takes close to a full year to heal. So it's usually between 9 and 12 months to heal. I don't understand why Triple H basically just rushed Seth Rollins back to television, but that's him. But that's why Seth Rollins is off of TV, and that's okay. The push that Bronson Reed is getting is kind of cool, so I do like it. He's kind of won me over to an extent. It took a while, but he's won me over for now. Moving on. So, Pure Fusion, which is... Oh, no, my bad. The Pure Fusion Collective, which is the name for Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, and Sonya Deville, against Damage Control, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky. This was a DQ. This was thrown out because Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, they got involved and they kicked everybody's asses. And then next week is going to be a triple threat. I have a feeling by the end of all this, we will probably get like a fatal 4-way at Bash in Berlin. So that would be Damage Control, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill versus the Pure Fusion Collective and Alba Fire and Isladon, the Unholy Union. So that's probably what this shit's going to end up being. Moving on. So, The Miz, he's backstage. So R-Truth comes in. R-Truth asks Miz if he's down because he didn't get a match at SummerSlam, or if it's because he lost to the Rock and Roll Express. So Miz tells him that it was against A-Town Down Under. R-Truth says that he'll cheer him up. He got him a match for the Intercontinental Champion. He got him a match against Braun Breaker. Miz tells him that Braun Breaker is facing Sami Zayn tonight. R-Truth points to nearby television and says it's a graphic versus Miz and Bronson Reed tonight. Miz tells him that that's Bronson Reed, and R-Truth asks if that's the guy that killed Steph last week. So Randy Orton comes in, who runs down the Miz's accomplishments. Miz tells him that he's facing Bronson Reed tonight, and Orton asks if that's the guy who killed Seth Rollins last week. Orton says he believes in the Miz and that he'll win. So the Miz walks away, and R-Truth asks Orton if he really believes that the Miz can win. Randy Orton just gets him like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't care about that shit. And then he bounces out. This is fine. Moving on. So Randy Orton comes out next. He says that 20 years ago this month, he won the world title for the very first time. He became the youngest world champion in the history of the business on that night 20 years ago. In a few short weeks at Bash in Berlin, history will repeat itself, and he says he'll become a 15-time world heavyweight champion. So Gunther comes out. He gets on the mic. He tells everyone to take a picture because in a few weeks he's going to beat Randy Orton, and his Friday nights will not be free anymore, and Monday will be his new home. Gunther says he's right to take a picture because this is Randy Orton, one of the greatest of all time. So Gunther tells Randy that he should be the greatest of all time, but the most natural and physically gifted talent in the industry has ever seen. Unlimited potential, and Randy wasted it. Gunther says that he tells Randy that this is a new era, and this era is the era of the ring general. In his era, there's no room for people that waste their potential. In the future era, Randy Orton will not play a role anymore. Randy Orton says he never claimed to be perfect. He's made mistakes. He's made a lot of mistakes. He's made more mistakes than just about everyone in that locker room. But he owned up to them, and he changed course. Randy Orton says Gunther forgot who he's talking to. Randy Orton says he's Randy Orton, the most unpredictable, violent, controversial, yet successful WWE superstar in the history of the game. Gunther says this is a curse. Orton says he looks at it as a gift. He's done it his way, always has, always will, the American way. He said that he's got 5 beautiful kids at home, a hot-ass wife, a hot-ass smoke show of a wife waiting for him in St. Louis, and he's a soon-to-be 15-time world champion, and he appreciates Gunther's opinion, but he thinks he's done pretty damn good for himself. So both guys continue to argue. Gunther says that he's good with Randy, but he got stuck when he said he was unpredictable. It's the opposite. He is predictable. The first prediction is that he's going to give him the beating of a lifetime in Berlin. Prediction 2 is that Randy Orton will never be World Heavyweight Champion again. Gunther said when it really matters, Orton always screws it up. So Gunther says he didn't want to throw it as an insult because it comes naturally to Orton. Gunther says Orton's grandfather was a screw-up, his father was a screw-up, and Randy Orton is the biggest screw-up of them all. So both of them come face-to-face. Drew McIntyre comes out. And then that loss for Orton hit the RKO. And then CM Punk, he jumps the barricade. Him and Drew have a little fight scene. Drew headbutts CM Punk, and then Drew takes off his belt to hit CM Punk. So Punk moves out the way. Punk is able to get the upper hand from Drew, and he whips the shit out of Drew with his belts. And so that's fine, I guess. So this is okay. Moving right along. Jackie Redmond, she's backstage with Sheamus. He tells her that he can't understand why Pete Dunne has a lot of anger towards him. He says Pete Dunne blames him for flying off the WWE radar. But now Pete Dunne is trying to make himself relevant off of his name. So Kaiser comes in, Ludwig Kaiser comes in and tells Sheamus that this is not over between them. He will put an end to Sheamus once and for all. So Pete Dunne attacks Sheamus from behind with a shillelagh, and the officials, they break it up. And then Pete Dunne whacks Sheamus' hand real hard with the shillelagh again. So that's pretty cool. Really good shit there. Moving on. So CM Punk, he's backstage. So Kathy Kelly, she tells CM Punk that they were on the same flight from Boston and there was no delay. CM Punk said that he was on the flight with her and they sat next to each other. CM Punk told a little white lie because he knew that if he was going to show, Drew McIntyre was not going to be there. CM Punk is running around with the bracelet, says that Drew McIntyre's running around with the bracelet. He says Drew can keep it, but the name's on the bracelet. That's what means the most to him. He said he went to Glasgow to watch Drew embarrass himself. CM Punk says Drew hates his guts, but he wants to stay attached to him through the bracelet. And he's glad that he came to Austin, Texas, because he thinks he figured out a way to make everyone happy. And then Punk looks at the belt and he walks away. Nice. So this is going to lead to probably a strap match at Bash in Berlin. That's going to be fucking awesome. So if that does happen, that will be fucking awesome. Let's fucking go with that shit. Moving on. So Mark Henry and Jacob Henry, they were in attendance. So nice little pop there. This is great. Glad to have Mark back in WWE. Great stuff. Moving on. Bronson Reed defeats The Miz. And then post-match, he beats the shit out of R-Truth. He gives him 4 tsunami splashes. Damn, this is nice. I like this. So hopefully, when R-Truth comes back, hopefully he can go to NXT and they can split up Awesome Truth. I would turn Miz heel. That's when he does his best work. Babyface Miz is okay, but it's time to break up Awesome Truth. Continuing on, so Sami Zayn's backstage, in comes Jey Uso. Jey Uso tells Sami Zayn all he has to do is beat Sami Zayn. He tells him to go get the title back. Sami Zayn says it's not that easy. Jey Uso says that Sami Zayn will beat Braun Breaker, and after that, they'll go after the Judgment Day, and they'll get their tag team titles back. Alright, that's fine. So, next week, no, my bad. So, at Bash in Berlin, it's going to be a mixed tag. So, Rhea Ripley and Damien Priest versus Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. Should be fun. So, moving on. So, a video of the Judgment Day, it airs. They talk about how they are the Judgment Day. There are no leaders and no egos. Okay, cool. Main event of the evening. Braun Breaker defeats Sami Zayn to retain the Intercontinental Championship. So, Sami Zayn got the first fall via the haluva kick, and the last 2 falls were Braun Breakers. So Braun wins via the spear in the ropes for the first one, and then the final fall, Braun wins via a spear in midair, and that was it. So Monday Night Raw was okay. I enjoyed it. The Judgment Day stuff is great. Really good shit there. CM Punk and Drew, they continue to be phenomenal week in, week out. Ivy now turning heel and joining American Made, the Creed Brothers. That's great. I do like that. R-Truth being destroyed by Bronson Reed. That's cool. Hopefully when he comes back, he'll be on NXT. So, all in all, Monday Night Raw was okay. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.